Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Biafra Media Newsroom. I'm your host, Edide Munwana, about to report on politics insight from VOBTV. In recent days, VOBTV featured Hon Elias, the BRGIE lobbyist, CEO of Washington Madison LLC. Please listen and learn.
Fellow Biafrans and our allies and viewers all over the world. Good afternoon from here. With me, I have our lobbyist, Elias, Washington and Madison. So he's going to give us a brief update of our activity lately in Washington, D.C., and we might have some few minutes for interruption. Then after that, we call it a day. And I also want to remind Biafra that this is Voice of Biafra, because for so long our voice have been silenced, and it's time we tell our story and the reason why we are fighting to leave the country called Nigeria, because it's a terrorist country. And tomorrow also we'll be having our guest, Ambassador Tribunage. Please don't miss it tomorrow. We call Elias Mazi Elias. Mazi Elias, welcome to VOB. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, Your Excellency. It's an honor to be here on Voice of Biafra. This is quite an honor, and I'm glad to be here as you inaugurate this new program, which will spread the Biafran message across Biafra and West Africa. We're just here today to, as was said in the flyer, to provide an update here from Washington, D.C., to have an organic discussion and touch base with our wonderful viewers and listeners. Prime Minister, as you know, and you've been coming to Washington, D.C. with me on a very frequent basis. We're making very significant breakthroughs in the relationship between Biafra and the United States, and we're now at the beginning stages of what is an unofficial relationship between BRGIE and the U.S. government, which is growing significantly and which will eventually become an official relationship when Biafra is a recognized independent nation state. The things that we're discussing with the U.S. government are unbelievable. I think, as you know, some of the things that are being considered would not have even been thought of even just 1 year ago. To quote one of the influential officials here in Washington, D.C., the U.S. government views Biafra as very important and will be of increasing importance. And the U.S. government is going to consider things that is not previously considered because of both the promise that BRGIE has provided as well as the failures of the Nigerian government. One thing I want to relay to our viewers is that they should feel very hopeful that Biafra is going from a dream into reality, but they also need to understand, given the nature of what Biafra is, given the nature of the sensitivities involved, a lot of our cooperation or progress with the U.S. government will be done so in a discreet manner, because Biafra is in the process of seeking its independence from Nigeria. It is what you would call a non-state actor. The U.S. government tends to be a little bit more discreet in terms of disclosure of its activities with non-state actors versus its official relations with foreign governments. So the reason why I wanted to mention this is, for example, some of our very enthusiastic BRGIE fans and Biafran fans. Sometimes I see some of our supporters on social media and Twitter saying, "Oh, when's the U.S. going to hurry up? When's the U.S. going to support the Biafran Liberation Army or do certain things?" And what I would say to Biafrans is, how would you know, if the U.S. is not already doing those things? The thing is, when the U.S. works with non-state actors, they typically do not disclose the nature of the relationship, and that's not something we would disclose unless the U.S. government authorizes that. So for example, when the U.S. government worked with various Syrian rebel groups, for example, to effectuate democratic transition in Syria, that program was a secret program for a number of years before it was made public information. So Biafrans should be assured that things are happening, but they also need to understand that there will be aspects of the progress and of the relationship that we have with the U.S. government that will be what we call covert in nature and not overt in nature. So I think many people will be astonished by the progress we're making, by the things that are being considered. And over time, I think certain things may be made public when the time is appropriate. But we are trying to bring Biafrans along by publicizing the aspects of what we do that we can. For example, photos of meetings, with U.S. officials. And we saw the prime minister had that very nice photo of him posted by a very senior Trump administration official, Leo Terrell. And he had a very there was a nice photo of the two of them that the Honorable Mr. Terrell posted. So we will be publishing our meetings, but the discussions that we have, the sensitive programs that are being considered are not things we'll be discussing publicly, not at least until our counterparts in the U.S. government think it's appropriate to publicize certain activities. So I just want to tell Biafrans that if they know what me and the Prime Minister know, I think they'll be very excited, and we will continue to carry everyone along to the extent we can by publicizing certain meetings and certain activities. And I think that's what's distinguished the Biafra Public Government Exile, is that when we have meetings that we can publish, we publish those meetings. And so the Biafrans have a sense of the activities that we're doing. And there's a fine line between discretion and transparency, because, we want to show that the Biafra government wants to show that it's doing the work. At the same time, the Biafra government wants to protect confidentiality. And so it has to thread that needle in the middle of both demonstrating accomplishments while at the same time protecting sensitive discussions. And I think the Biafra government is doing a good job of balancing that. So I want to say that this is a great honor to be here. I think the progress we're making, to be honest, is even much faster than I had anticipated. And my message to Biafrans too is you have to stay focused, you have to be serious, and focus on the goal and not get sidetracked with drama or nonsense. So thank you very much, and I'll turn it over to you, distinguished Prime Minister. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Elias. It's like every other day, we do have the opportunity to meet, because just like for the past few weeks, it's a lot of meeting,
Yes.
And we actually have to travel outside the metropolitan area, which is Washington D.C. area. We travel far away from Washington D.C. So all for Biafra. We just want to encourage Biafrans to be hopeful that our freedom, is here. And you touch light on something I really want to ask you that if somebody have even whisper on your ear 2 years ago that what we have achieved and where we've been today, that we're going to achieve this milestone, what will you say?
Oh, people have admitted to me privately they're shocked about what we're doing. I mean, 2 years ago, what we're doing, the accomplishments we have, what the U.S. government's considering. People, if you asked someone 2 years ago, they would have told you, "Oh, you're completely crazy." So it's amazing what we've achieved. I mean, the environment is completely different than 2 years ago, even from a year ago. So things are very quickly shifting in our favor. And as you know, Prime Minister, certain individuals who didn't even consider Biafra now seriously considering Biafra, people who thought that, oh, this is completely unrealistic, all of a sudden they want to come on board. So it's been a very big shift, even within the past 6 months, I would say. Even it's like on a monthly basis, it's now shifting in our favor.
Yeah, just like Ambassador, that will be at the VOB tomorrow. 2 years ago, if you have asked him to come to Voice of Biafra, the name Biafra, they were like, what? Because Washington, D.C., have not really know much about what is happening in Nigeria and how bad Nigeria situation is. So the Biafra Republic government in Ezra, we actually do a lot of work, lecturing, talking. Like our last meeting, if you recall, we spent almost 2 hours, right? Elias, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So, talking and now Washington ear is wide open. They want to listen. And the good thing about it is that most members of Congress, they are willing to be part of this. They want to be involved because, it's disturbing seeing what is happening from Nigeria, how they are killing, hanging people, beheading people, burning people alive. It's disturbing. Even our last meeting, I recall asking this member, they want me to show him some horrible. So I'm glad that Washington D.C. Now start talking about Biafra. And the last hearing of which Senator Ted Cruz just a few days ago he was there, and Dr. Walid was there. Even Mike Hanoi, you see them, like somewhere like Mike Hanoi, just few months ago, even few weeks ago, when you talk about Biafra separated from Nigeria, he will tell you, no, no, no. So we can hear him say that, it's time to divide Nigeria. It's an option now. It's no two ways about it. And we also hear from former President Trump advisor, Dr. Wale, also talk about Biafra. So Biafra must be free, and we are glad that people in Washington, congressmen and women, are now reasoning with the Biafran people because the truth is out there. It's no longer hidden. You can just tell that even after the president of the free world warned Nigerian government to make sure that they secure, the life of innocent citizens, whether Biafra or Nigeria. What is still end up massacre after massacre, killing after killing. So Washington don't want to turn a blind eye anymore. And we believe that after Iran, we we believe after Iran, Nigeria will be next because Nigeria is actually a part two of Iran. They work together. Iran also sponsor a terrorist in Nigeria. Even the northern part of Nigeria, you agree with me. Based on our information, Hezbollah is supposed to be in Lebanon, correct? But Hezbollah is in the north of Nigeria. They even have their cell, or you call it prison there. So, and Biafra people are so, glad that they have you on board, and we have done a lot. And like my speech a few days ago, I said I have heard a lot have echoed in this ear about, why Washington have not been talking about Biafra before now. And, we're glad that we are correcting all the mistake with good leadership and steady leadership. And very soon, Biafra will be free. So, glad that we have you in our VOB. And as you knew, I don't know, when is the last time you heard CNN or BBC talk about the genocide happening in Nigeria or in Biafra land? Please, when is the last time you recall?
This is really educating. Let's take a short commercial break and we'll be right back. Stay
Justice
tuned.
go reign forever.
Biafra go get strong and better.
Where your home?
Biafra,
Who be your home?
Biafra,
Waiting be your country.
Biafra.
No more suffering and smiling. No more fear, no more hiding. Respect and dignity for all. Every citizen standing tall. Free education, rich university, healthcare for every community.
No more dying,
Because no money.
life go better for everybody.
Biafra now our only hope.
Biafra now our only hope.
Stand up now, make we claim our
Biafra now our destination.
women go deliver safe for hospital. Citizen go get support every month. Better roads go connect every city. Modern railways and airport.
Clean water go flow for houses.
Electric light go shine every night. Security go protect every family.
Day and night.
Everything go right. You fit waka free for midnight. Go your road without fear. Kidnapping and violence disappear. Peace and progress everywhere. Mama and papa go get retirement benefits. Nobody go kill you for Biafra and go free. Now wahala, the person don't buy for him head. Oil and gas beneath our ground. Now the people wey get the land go control them. Resources go serve the people. Prosperity go spread for all. Anything we dey for our land. Now our citizens go manage them. Development go reach every corner. Nobody go suffer again.
No vote buying.
No rigging game. Election fair and play. One woman, one vote.
One man, one vote.
Your voice go matter every day.
Biafra now our only hope. Biafra now our only hope.
Hope for today.
Hope for tomorrow.
No more pain, no more sorrow.
Biafra now our only hope. Biafra now our only hope.
Hope for today.
Hope
Hope for tomorrow. No more pain, no more sorrow. BIAFRA. Our country, our future. Biafra now our only hope. No.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching and welcome back from the short commercial break. Indeed, we have to continue with this eye-opening interview. Keep listening.
You heard this news media channel like Arise, CNN, BBC, and Channel News talking about the genocide against the Christian Biafra or the Christian Nigeria.
Well, these outlets have always tried to avoid the topic, but given the fact that the President of the United States, the senior leadership of the U.S. government, is talking about the issue, taking action about the issue, and you have so many prominent people talking about the issue, these outlets are no longer in a position to ignore the issue or pretend the issue doesn't exist, which they were able to previously. But, you know, if the President of the United States, the leader of the free world, is talking about an issue, you can't simply ignore, pretend the issue doesn't exist. So because of the president's action, because of the international media attention, even your Nigerian news outlets like Arise News and the other media, they're now forced to talk about the issue. Granted, they put their own spin on the issue, but they're forced to discuss it now. Even with BRGIE, for example, Arise News and the other Nigerian media channels did entire segments on the lobbying war, for example, between us and the government of Nigeria. So because the issues gained so much prominence, even what we call the Nigerian gutter media is even forced to discuss these issues now because there's no being able to avoid these issues. So it's just, I think it's a different scenario now, and even the Nigerian media is forced to pay attention. And for the first time, they're discussing BRGIE and the lobbying war between us and the government of Nigeria. So I think when we have, that's why what we're doing is so important, because if you don't have U.S. government attention, it's just very easy for Nigerian media and the Nigerian government to pretend the issue doesn't exist or to ignore the issue.
Elias, do you know for years now that these media outlets I just mentioned are suppressing the news from, they are, I'll call them terrorist news media because they work with the government of Nigeria. Yes, they are not covering it. They are not, they are actually suppressing it. It's so shameful. You remember what happened during this wonderful, great President Trump inauguration with Arise, right?
Yeah, I remember that. I wanted to bring up that example. So they've suppressed the issue for so many years. When we bumped into, it was a complete accident, when we bumped into the Arise News reporter inauguration, he got completely freaked out. And he tried to pretend that, we didn't exist, and he was just losing his mind. Those days are over now because, they've suppressed the issue for so many years, and their policy was pretend the issue doesn't exist, or they would briefly mention the issue from time to time, in a brief way. But this is a completely different situation now. They can't suppress the issue like they used to. And the Nigerian media is in an extremely difficult position now, and that's why they're forced to talk about us now, because of the international support that we have, and I think that's making the Nigerian media very nervous. But you see, because what we're doing has so much is so heavyweight, Nigerian media is not able to pretend like they were in the past. So it shows you the progress we've made. They're forced to confront an uncomfortable situation now. They're very uncomfortable now that they have to talk about it.
You're right about it. I'm so glad that we have a wonderful team in Biafra Republic government in exile, especially steady people.
Exactly.
People with a wise, reasonable mind. People that are focused, not people that are so self-centered. I'm glad I have a team like that working with me. And also you yourself, you are so wonderful. Yes, because every time on the phone, all we talk about is about our engagement, about Biafra, about what we have, need to do sometime midnight. So, having something like you, we really, really appreciate, and Biafran people, glad that we have somebody like you. And what actually gives me joy, how I wish, just like you mentioned earlier, how I wish we can, let Biafran people know everything that, that we know. But there's some that are top secret. It's not everything we'll talk on air. But Biafra is here. And for enemy of Biafrans, what do you think? What message you think we need to send to them? Because we have a lot of saboteurs, a lot of Biafran enemy, even our Voice of Biafra. Some are not happy that we now have a Voice of Biafra satellite and the radio. So we still have a lot of work to do to perfect it. But a lot of Biafran's enemy are freaking out because for so long our voice has been suppressed. It will never happen again. And during the genocidal war against the Biafran people, which lasted 3 years from 1967 to 1970, exactly what happened. The media never report how Biafrans have been massacred. They even lied to the international community That is just, farmers header clash and other nonsense. Thank God that we have Biafra Republic government in exile that is taking the message to Washington through, your help, Washington and Madison. Thank you very much, Elias. So, what message we have for those that are thinking that Biafra will not come, and for the saboteurs, what do they need to do?
Well, they should be prepared for a lot of pain because we're going to be exploding this next year. So I think both the Nigerian government and the internal saboteurs should be ready for a lot of pain, and they'll start to see us. I think assert certain things in the very near future. So we're slowly going to open up the door more and more, and I think both the Nigerian government and the internal saboteurs they're going to be in for many shocks. So I think they need to, as you said, put on their seatbelts, otherwise they're going to fall off the car.
Yes, and for Biafrans that are still, not supporting, what message do you need to, what do you think they need to do so that we can move as fast as we can? So, what is your message to Biafrans that are not supporting what we are doing?
Yeah,
or Biafrans
what
that
what
don't
I
believe what we are doing so far?
Yeah, so what I would suggest is, look, things always take time in any movement, in any revolution. It's understandable. What I would say to Biafrans now is, I think until this point, there's been a lot of chaos and instability in the Biafra movement. I think for the first time with the Biafra Republic Government in exile under your leadership, Mr. Prime Minister, we have a right group of people who are solid, who are stable-minded. There's been considerable restructuring of the government, weeding out of bad elements in the Biafra government leadership, and now we have a solid group of professionals in the Biafra government. It's very solid, very stable, the right group of people, professional people, committed people, and we're undertaking things in a very serious way, in a stable way. So what I would suggest is to Biafrans who may have been a little bit disoriented, given the chaotic nature in which previous Biafran organizations were run or things were done in the movement, I would say, no one's forcing you to do anything, but watch carefully what we're doing and use your common sense. When you see that the Biafra Public Government in Exile is the only organization that's getting results, that has a pathway, that's a serious pathway to achieving Biafran independence, I think you should then become involved and become supportive. It's understandable that some Biafrans, given some of the amateurishness and mismanagement of previous Biafran leaders, are maybe somewhat reluctant to get involved. They're watching what's happening. But I think now that the Biafra Public Government in Exile under your leadership, Prime Minister, has shown incredible stability, incredible effectiveness, no drama, no chaos, which has always plagued previous Biafran leaders and organizations. I think it should encourage Biafrans to feel comfortable enough now to jump on board the winning train. So I think this is a turning point. For the first time, we have a Biafra organization with the right people, that's very stable, and that doesn't have any crazy drama or nonsense. And I think that's very important. I think for whatever the reasons, there was a lot of chaos and drama previously, but that's no longer the case. So I think because we're in the situation we are in now, that should encourage Biafrans to feel comfortable to now get involved with supporting the Biafra Public Government in Exile. And there are many ways to get involved. Not everyone has to get involved in a public manner. People can support behind the scenes. So I think now Biafrans who should take a new look carefully at what BRGIE is doing, and I think Biafrans who have common sense and who are thoughtful can look at what BRGIE is doing and make a judgment for themselves. And I think based off of that judgment, they should be inclined to be supportive and to get involved, because I think BRGIE is doing all the right things. And I think everything is now laid out in a way that Biafrans can now join in and be supportive. It's understandable that some Biafrans were a little bit confused or reluctant in the past, but now that things are clearing up and everything is laid out with the BRGIE structure that we have, I think Biafrans should set aside past conceptions or notions, look at BRGIE with a fresh pair of eyes, come to conclusions on BRGIE's effectiveness, which they'll see that it's been very effective, and then come on board and be supportive. This is the time. This is the right time for the Biafrans to join, to come on board the winning train and support BRGIE.
Thank you very much, Honorable Elias. Thank you, and thank you for all you do. And based on your understanding as somebody who worked closely with United States of American government, of which you also represent in a lot of countries from Africa, is there any other government, Biafran government, that is working hardly, very hard, or working with United States of America government, apart from BRGIE, that a government that that probably still that one can look up even in U.S. government FARA document showing that this group or this government, they are fighting to liberate Biafra people. Is there any other government, based on your own knowledge or understanding, apart from Biafra Republic government in Gaza?
Yeah, BRGIE, the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, is the only government in exile, not just only government in exile, but is the only Biafran political entity, you could even say, that has high-level relations with the U.S. government. While there are various Biafran groups that exist, the Biafra Republic Government in Exile is the only one that has a close working relationship with the U.S. government at high levels and is trusted by the U.S. government. Therefore, I think it's critical that any other Biafra group or Igbo organization be in touch with the Biafra Republic Government in Exile if they're interested in engaging with the U.S. government. They should do so through the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. So BRGIE is the key organization with relations with the U.S. government, and as such, BRGIE will play a critical role in the future of Biafra, and BRGIE cannot be in any way circumvented from decision-making on Biafra, because any attempt to go around BRGIE in some way means you're trying to also cut out the U.S. government. So BRGIE is the only organization that has that's viewed in a serious way by the U.S. government.
Thank you very much, Honorable Elias. And Biafran people, you have heard it from, we call him Mazi Elias. So we Biafrans have given Honorable Elias a title as well, Mazi Elias. And he worked closely with U.S. government. So he knows more than a lot of us, and is somebody who represents not just Biafran people. He also represents other countries from Africa. So this is his field. This is his profession. So he have given the Biafran people, a well meaningful advice. If you're a Biafran and you love freedom for your people, you love freedom for Biafra, come on board. Support Biafra Republic government in exile. This government is government of the people by the people. And the government officials, they are servants of the people. These are men and women that volunteer their time, their effort, their energy to serve the people of Biafra. Please, you are welcome on board. Any group that you are affiliated with, you are welcome to join Biafra Republic Government in Ezza, the government that is working closely with United States of America. And I, as the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Ezza, I am a living witness. I have had a series of meetings with U.S. government officials. So I heard what echo in my ear, and I also heard what we need to do and their advice and what is expected of us. We need to unite, we need to focus, we need to organize. We also need to know that United States of America have our back. The question is that how ready are we? Are we ready for our freedom? And I also want to remind Biafrans what happened in Iran. Why Iranian citizens are protesting on the street, even not minding that the Iranian terrorist regime is killing the citizens of Iran. Iranians are so determined to go out the street, protest, make a loud noise, and it get to the ear of the president of the United States of America, the president of the free world, and he told the Iranian people they should keep protesting, that freedom, their freedom is in their hand, meaning that help is on the way. If the Iranian people have stopped protesting, sending a strong signal to the world about what is happening, if they have stopped to alert the world that they are ready to be free, do you think what is happening in Iran today will be happening? And do you know that very, very soon the people of Iran will be free? So my fellow citizens of Biafra, we need to make some noise. We need to show how serious we are. And we need to stop this emotional blackmail that the Nigerian terrorist state have used on us. We are so glued with our past. Let's focus on the present. We understand that we have Biafrans that are, have been massacred, and like Mazi Elias is kidnapped from Finland, from Kenya by this terrorist Nigeria. And we also understand that Mazi Simon Ekpa likewise is arrested, all because of fighting for the people of Biafra. So we're not going to dwell on past. Let's dwell on present. And the present is what we revive our past. We that are fighting are the ones that will free all the political prisoners, because that's what they are. They are political prisoners because they are locked up because of agitating or fighting for Biafra freedom. So let us all stop this emotional blackmail that the Nigerian terrorist state are using on us and support the current leadership, of which I'm the Prime Minister. So Biafra Republic Government in Ezra will do everything humanly possible to release all political prisoners. It's a task. We represent the entire Biafra, so we don't represent some group of Biafra and avoid other group of Biafra. So all Biafrans are citizens of Biafra, so we'll do everything humanly possible to free all political prisoners. So your support will hasten it, your support will speed it up. But when you keep dwelling on the past, we'll go nowhere. So let's dwell on the present and focus on the government that is making it happen. The government that have taken the cause of Biafra to Washington, D.C., because for over 10, 20 years, Washington, D.C. have not been talking about Biafra like today. Please, your support will go a long way. Thank you very much. And Honorable Elias, let's get your closing remark to Biafran people. I know you already encouraged Biafran people. I'm still getting a message that they would like you to speak more, but because of time and other engagement, and we'll be wrapping up. So, Honorable Elias, We also be at VOB in near future, very soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. It's an honor to be here. What I would say to Biafrans is the issue now is not even external support because we're making huge progress with international support. In fact, I think the challenge is if the Biafrans themselves can move quickly enough and show that they're ready for their independence. So how fast everything moves in a way depends on you, the Biafran people. And I think you need to show seriousness. I think you need to show determination. You need to show commitment. When you have, let's say, Biafrans that are, talking about 2027 elections and people in the Southeast voting for these Nigerian politicians and, all this sorts of stuff, that shows lack of seriousness, right? So there needs to be seriousness. There needs to be commitment. There needs to be an understanding that we're dealing with international diplomacy at this point and not noise making and not all this emotionality. So I think the Biafrans have to show greater seriousness and determination. And part of this will, yes, depend on external support, but part of it will also depend on the Biafrans themselves. If you show the necessary level of maturity that's needed for what we're trying to embark on. So thank you, and it's an honor to be with you today.
Thank you very much, Honorable Elias, and I'm still going to be seeing you in a few days. We have other engagement in Washington because it's all we do. So it's all about Biafra, freedom of Biafra, freedom of Christians, whether in Nigeria, Middle Belt, Biafra, is our job, and we have to free them. So the voiceless, we have to make sure that we send the message to the international community to come to our aid, and why we Biafrans also need to focus. It's time that we change the dimension. It's time that we all align with Biafra Republic government in exile, the leadership of which I'm the Prime Minister. So Washington, D.C., U.S. lawmakers in Washington, D.C., they are pleased to have somebody like me, and they are pleased to know that I'm steady and I'm somebody with common sense. I'm not somebody that they cannot count on or rely on. That's what matters. So last week we traveled out of town for a very important gathering, of which we also have some very meaningful meeting. Just a few days ago in Washington, I came across some of the members that we met at the occasion. They remember who I am, and they always say good luck, in what we are doing. So they wish us well because they know we are fighting a just cause. Please, if you're a Biafra, support the current leadership. Ask yourself question. If this leadership of BRGIE is delivering, the answer is yes. Of which Honorable Elias pointed out earlier. He also talked about how the Nigerian newspaper have talked about our impact in Washington, D.C. Actually, there's a time they are attacking us, right? They said,
yes, but now
Nigeria as country of particular concern we are the one behind it. Yes, we play a very vital role. Since 2014. Go ahead.
Yeah, Prime Minister, even the Nigerian government media, if you notice, if you watch Rise TV, unlike previously when they let's say mocked IPOB or mocked different Biafran leaders, now they even the Nigerian government media is very careful in the way they talk about you and BRGIE. because they're now reporting on these international news stories about you and BRGIE, and they're much more careful now with what they say, and they're a little bit more respectful. So the Nigerian gutter media is very they feel a little bit nervous. I think they feel very nervous.
Yeah, because our message is sinking in, and I also want to appreciate Biafrans that are active in social media. Just like Mike Annoy that we talked about earlier. We remember months ago, if you talk about Biafra or about separation, he's at that, before it's all about how things will work, Nigeria, one Nigeria, but based on what he himself observed and what he has seen, he came to a conclusion that Nigeria will not work, that Nigeria will not just work. And that also drew my attention to this group that are calling Save Nigeria group. I laugh, know why I laugh, Elias? I remember Gowon, right? Gowon is from Middle Belt. Yeah, Gowon fought and he killed Biafrans in millions. He tried to save Nigeria. Gowon try hard, very, very hard to save Nigeria. The same Nigeria that he tried to save is the same Nigeria that is killing his people. Even our former leader, Ojukwu, told Gowon that Gowon would be alive and watch Nigeria kill his people. And it's happening.
Yes. His community is being killed, is the one being killed.
The one that tried to save Nigeria, just like this young man I call so whatever his name is. I'm like, what's wrong with him? You can't save Nigeria. You can't. A former president named Obasanjo said Nigeria insecurity can never stop. Obasanjo said Nigeria insecurity can never stop. That means what is happening, it just can't stop. And I thank God that Washington DC is beginning to realize, like one of the speaker at the hearing just a few days ago, he compared Nigeria to like Yugoslavia, right?
Yes.
Yes. So Nigerian people, they need to go and get their own separate country. So like if the Fulani people, if they believe Nigeria is their country, they can go coexist with the North, like the Hausa. We call them Hausa Fulani. So we encourage the Middle Belt. Nigeria can't be saved. Don't deceive yourself. And the funny thing is that the more they try to save Nigeria, the more Nigeria killed. It happened in Lekki Toll Gate. While Nigerians are waving Nigerian flag, protesting against police brutality, Tinubu, the same terrorist president, do you know that Tinubu ordered the military to open fire and kill a lot of these people protesting for freedom? Not to even these people at Lekki Toll Gate, not that they are protesting to exit Nigeria. They are just protesting for better Nigeria then. They are just protesting against the police, a police force called SARS, because these SARS are actually terrorists. The way they, the SARS turned to terrorists that are kidnapping people for ransom, because if they arrest you, they will tell you how much you need to pay before they release you. So they're committing a lot of crime. Tinubu ordered military to kill this innocent Nigeria protesting. Nigeria can't just be saved, so this Save Nigeria group need to stop wasting their time, because whenever they keep posting of their meeting from Washington DC to save Nigeria, that go on, their brother, uncle tried to save. It never worked. And the same Nigeria that they try to save is killing them. So it's high time Biafran people wake up, since they know that Nigeria can never work. Please support Biafra Republic government in Ezra. Biafra is here. We need to be more organized. We need to be more serious than ever before. So how I wish I can break some news that will make your day, but just believe me when I say Biafra is here. So there's a lot of talk going on. A lot of countries that want to support Biafra. They are just waiting for Elias, what are they waiting for? Go ahead. Green what?
Well,
They're waiting for green light. So Biafra is
yes,
here.
green light. Yes, yes.
Biafra is here. So they are watching us. Thank you very much. Thank you from here. And thank you for being our first guest in VOB, Voice of Biafra. And, we
It,
are happy. Go ahead.
it's a great honor for me. It's a great honor.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank God bless you too. All right, have a great day, Biafrans. Prime Minister.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much for being part of this interview. It was really amazing to hear from Mazi Elias and our beloved Prime Minister. Hello everyone, welcome to the Biafra Media Newsroom. I'm your host, Edidem Unwana, about to report on Politics Insight from VOBTV. Stay tuned as the PM Nkere sheds more light on the expectations of the new Biafra upon recognition. He describes what Biafrans will benefit.
Thank you very much. Biafran people, I hope we are ready for our freedom. Our freedom is in our hand. Our freedom will not be given to us in a platter of gold. If you hate me, don't hate my message. Don't hate what I represent. Don't hate what Mazi Nkere is fighting for. I'm fighting for the freedom of Biafra. Of which freedom of Biafra is your freedom, is my freedom as well. Freedom is beautiful. It's so sweet than honey. Freedom is priceless. It's worth more than gold. We dream for a Biafra where the security will be touched, no, the best of best. Where you can leave your door wide open, travel far and wide, come back without anyone going in your house to steal any of your belongings. A Biafra where midnight you can walk on the street of Biafra without Islamic jihadist terrorists kidnapping, chasing you. A Biafra where you have a steady electricity. A Biafra where you have good education system. A Biafra with hope. A Biafra where everyone from different countries of the world we want to live. A Biafra where people want to travel, like the way people travel to Dubai, America, Hong Kong, Singapore. A Biafra that will bring positive vibe to the global community. A Biafra that will be love. A Biafra of live and let live. A Biafra where neighbors will love themselves, cherish themselves. A Biafra with the same ideology, not like Nigeria, where you have this Islamic jihadist terrorists with different ideology. While you are preaching peace, while you are preaching unity, while you are preaching live and let live, the Islamic jihadist terrorists of Nigeria are preaching hate. While they are preaching jihadism, how you will be killed. With your support, with your help, we can all achieve this milestone. It's our dream. Our forefather dream, when are we going to be free? That is the reason why our leader, Ojukwu, resurrect the hope for Biafran people, for us to be free. Because we deserve to be free as free people. And we know that if we don't fight to be free, if Biafra land is overrun, the West should prepare that these terrorists will attack them. even from Biafra. That is, if they succeed, capture Biafra. We encourage the West to support Biafran cause. We also encourage United States of America to hasten up so that we can all fight this one common enemy, this terrorist state of so-called Nigeria. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those that will be supporting now and those that will support later, we appreciate you. We appreciate all of you sacrifice. Thank you from here.
Can you hear the cry from the broken land, from the wounded hearts? Nigeria, they bleed, people they cry, tears for the ground. Nobody asks why. Over 7,000 souls don't fall. Every single day, we still there call.
Oh, yeah. Churches burning, hope fading fast. Since 2009, the pain don't last. 50,000, maybe more. Heaven they count every single soul.
Children without home tonight, mothers praying through the night, fathers lost no strength to fight. Who go stand for what is right?
Oh, stand for love, stand for life. Be the answer in this time. You can have to wipe their tears. You can calm their fears. Give a hand, don't turn away. Be the light in darkest day. Every little you provide keeps a soul alive.
Voices crying in chains, silent echoes filled with pain. 19,000 churches gone, but faith still rising,
Holding on
in the ashes. Hope remains, love can heal the deepest pains.
shelter, broken dreams erased. Hungry hearts we can embrace. Let compassion take its place. Now's the time to show His grace. Stand for love, stand for life. Be the answer in this time. You can help to wipe their tears. You can calm their fears. Give a hand, don't turn away. Be the light in darkest day. Every little you provide keeps a soul alive.
Food, water, shelter, hope. You can be the miracle they pray for. You can change a life today. No matter how small it seems, your love can rebuild their dreams. Together we can make a way. Keeps us all alive.